To cast on using the tubular cast on in the round, you're going to need some scrap yarn. So with my scrap yarn, I'm going to go ahead and using the Longtail cast on method, I'm going to cast on half the number of stitches that your pattern requires plus 1. So suppose my knitting pattern needed me to have 100 stitches. I'm going to cast on 51. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so now that I have my half my number of stitches plus 1 cast on, I'm going to go ahead and with my actual working yarn, the yarn I'm going to be using to knit my project, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to purl across this entire row. Now that we've purled all the way across, you're going to go ahead and knit the first stitch. And then you're going to grab your running yarn from front to back. And you're going to purl. Knit. Grab your running yarn right here from front to back and purl. Knit 1, running yarn right here from front to back and purl. And you're going to keep doing this all the way across. And as we're picking up this running yarn, we're creating our purl stitches and increasing each time. So we're going to go ahead and do this all the way across. Go ahead and all right, knit that last stitch. All right, now we're ready to go ahead and join in the round. So being careful to not twist, go ahead and bring it all the way around. Okay, now the reason I had you cast on that extra stitch is so you can close any gaps when joining in the round. So you're going to go ahead and knit this first one here, and then you're going to take this stitch, the second one in on your right hand needle, you're going to pass it over this one and then purlwise slip it back over to your left hand needle. Now go ahead and place that beginning of round marker. We're now joined in the round and we're ready to go. Pull your working yarn tight again to keep any gaps closed when joining in the round. We're going to slip this first stitch purlwise, bring the yarn to the front, purl this second stitch, yarn in back, slip, yarn in front to purl, put the yarn back in the back to slip. So you are basically purling these purl stitches and slipping the knit ones. Let me do this a few times. Purling, making sure the yarn is always in the back when slipping. You're going to do this all the way around. So we went around slipping the knits and purling the pearls. Now on this next round, we're going to do the opposite. So we are going to, we're going to knit the knits. So you're going to go ahead and knit. Bring your yarn to the front, slip the purl. Yarn back to the back and knit. Bring your yarn to the front, slip that purl stitch, yarn back to the back, and knit the knit stitch. Yarn in front, slip, yarn in back, knit. And we're just going to go ahead and do this all the way across this round. All right, so we did that all the way around where we were slipping the pearls. This is your last round for setup. It's a very long cast on, but it is very much worth it. It gives a really amazing edge. You'll see her at the end. So now we're going to, once again, we're going to slip these knit stitches. So you're going to slip the knit stitch, yarn in front, and you're going to purl this stitch. Bring the yarn back to the back, slip it, yarn back to the front, purl. Just like you did on that previous 2 rows, or 2 rows back. Slipping the knit stitch with the yarn in back, bringing the yarn forward, obviously, to purl. So now we're going to do that all the way around. And this will wrap up our setup rows. All right, so at this point, you're ready to start what would be your 1x1 rib. So just normal knitting and purling. Now I'm just going to show you what kind of edge this makes. So you're going to take your waste yarn that you cast on with, and you're going to just pull it out. I'm going to pull it out a few rows so you can see what a beautiful edging this makes. All right, so here you can see it's as if the stitches just appear out of nowhere. There's no real edge happening. It's absolutely beautiful. It looks so nice and finished. It's a really great cast on. Again, it does take a while. There are a few setups, but 100% worth it. So that is how you do a tubular cast on in the round. Thanks so much for watching.